Okay everyone, could you just clear the pool? That's the end of the warm-up. The session will start in about 5 minutes. Just finish that and clear the pool. No more diving everyone, please. No more diving. Okay everyone, please clear the pool. So welcome everyone. Sorry about those of you who have joined us on live stream. Welcome back. We've started half an hour earlier with the warm-up. It was a typing error, hence it's not 12:15, it's a quarter to 12 start. So Jackie Smith, myself, Robert Taylor are doing the live stream this afternoon, so welcome back to Tollcross for session 4. Just before we get underway, usual health and safety announcement. In event of an emergency, siren will sound. Staff will direct you to the nearest exits. Just check where those exits are. Keep them clear at all times. No glass items or outdoor footwear poolside. Swimmers leaving poolside, please dry off as best you can. Wear appropriate clothing and footwear, especially if you're in the seating area to the left of the announcing area. Everyone, make sure you keep the stairways clear and don't sit on the stairs. Any spectators, please ensure that you don't have your feet on any of the chairs or over the chairs. That's from the management at the venue. And everyone, by attending the event, either as a participant, volunteer, team staff or spectator, you accept that any photographs or videos taken will not be used for illicit purposes, or that pictures or films produced will not be altered in any way or uploaded onto the web without the consent in writing of the person or persons being photographed or filmed. And spectators who wish to take images are requested to focus on their own family members as much as reasonably possible and to avoid including other participants in images, particularly if those images are being shared with family and friends or through social media platforms. Everyone who wishes to take photographs, you should have an orange band on. Those are available at the meet desk at the front. So you should have that on. Also the use of mobile phones or any other electronic devices capable of photography are not permitted to be used at any time in the changing rooms, toilets or the shower areas. Just one last part to introduce our senior officials for this afternoon. Our referees are Elizabeth Fitzsimmons and Ross Stewart. Our starters, Eileen Brown and Rob Barrett. So the session will get underway in about a minute or so. Just ask everyone, all the reserves should be in the area a good 5-10 minutes before that particular event is due to take place. Any reserves will get slotted in time order to any empty lanes that become available. Nice to see, as I say, lots of clubs from all over Scotland. Welcome to everyone from the East District, Midlands District. We did have one swimmer from Shetland, so I don't know if we've got anyone from the north, but it's a joy to have you with us here. I hope you've had a good 3 sessions so far, and the afternoon one is equally as good. So our first event, 3 lads are itching to get into the water. It's 12 and over 400 metres individual medley, heat number 1. So just the three boys go in this one. In 3 we have Conor McNaughton from Grangemouth. In lane 4 we have Scott Watson from East Kilbride. And in 5, Keir Copland from South Ayrshire. So the times these boys are entered in: 6:40 for Conor, 6:26 for Scott, and 6:27 for Keir. So 2 lengths of each stroke, butterfly to start, then back, breast and free. So Scott and Keir, not much between the two of them. Scott 13, Keir 15 this year, Conor in third, he's 13 this year. So important just to get out in a steady pace for the first 100. Don't blitz it, because you've got another 300 of each of the other strokes to come. A good strong start by Scott. He's got about 4 metres advantage over the other two boys. Turns in 1:26.63. Backstroke section now, and at the moment still all pretty close between the three boys. Scott has about a second advantage over Keir on entry times. Conor about 13-14 seconds further back. Keir's I think closed a little bit. Hopefully that scoreboard's not going to crash on us. So reached the 150 mark. And it is beginning to tighten up a little bit now on the backstroke section. Conor and Keir both 50 seconds against a low 52 for Scott. So we're going to come down to halfway with very little between the three. But a body length advantage that Scott Watson has. So they may just touch and flip over, different styles. Two of them flip over, the other one touches and pushes over. A good turn for Keir there. Good push off the wall, and the three boys almost together. Thankfully the scoreboard stopped that flickering, so you can see from the board not much between the three. Keir just pulling away a little bit on the breaststroke section. Slowest part of the race, the bit that if you're a really good breaststroke you can really come from fairway back and get yourself well into the picture. And Keir, we'll see what the split is for that 50. Keir's 50 is 52, 53 and 55, so he's made up over 3 seconds on Scott, and but a second and a half on Conor. And Scott Watson will do well to try and stick within a few seconds of these boys now. Keir Copeland has gone 3 or 4 clear. Conor McNaughton about the same distance ahead of Scott. So approaching the final 100. Freestyle to finish with. About 4 metre advantage here. 4:54.76. Well, it's still around 3.5 seconds That gap quite significant at the moment. Scott Watson around 3 seconds further back in third place. And this looks like Keir has this under control now. Just beginning to pull away a little bit from the 230-year-olds. Scott Watson certainly finishing a little bit stronger at the moment than Connor. Contest certainly looks to be between those two for second and third. Out the turn, there's almost 3 second advantage. Scott has about a second to make up on Connor. So inside the final 20 metres, Keir Copeland looks as though he's done just enough to hang on here. Connor is finishing a little bit stronger, but he's not going to have enough water to get in and challenge our leader from halfway. So Keir takes that, 6:19.76, Connor 6:21.67, and Scott 6:24.04. Significant improvement for Connor by about 20 seconds. The other two boys taking a few seconds off their time. That result now on the board and confirmed.
And we move on to Heat 2, empty lane 0. 1, Kieran Brown, City of Glasgow. 2, Ruben Lees, Warren de Bath. 3, Kenneth Trainer, East Kilbride. 4, Cameron Hamill, North Ayrshire. 5, Aviv Dalton, Wren 96. 6, Alexander McNiven, Warren de Bath. And his teammate Finlay Duffin swims in lane 7. 8, Ryan Crabby, Wren 96. So as the boys come up to the first 50 metres, and we're looking at Kenneth Trainer, the East Kilbride swimmer, turning first there, 34.66. Cameron Hamill in behind him, and Alexander McNiven in third. Times there all around 30.34 for Kenneth, 36, 38, 39. But long way to go, but Kenneth is swimming well there out in the lead, and he's going to turn first and transition into backstroke with the North Ayrshire swimmer Cameron Hamill in behind him, and Alexander McNiven in third. So the boys have all just about all transitioned into backstroke now. Kenneth still out in the lead there. Cameron Hamill in behind him, and third Alexander McNiven. 3 boys almost in a row for fourth place there. Kieran Brown, Aviv Dalton and Finlay Duffin. But Kenneth is looking fairly strong over there in lane 3 as he leads the field into the turn there. After 150 metres, 158.10 for him, 2:00.65 for Cameron, and Alexander still in third, 2:03.74. So Kenneth has just over a 2.5 second lead at the moment, and I went about the same 3 second lead for Cameron over Alexander. So in behind the 3 leaders, the field's begun to split up a little bit now, and I think into fourth is Aviv Dalton. But here comes Kenneth, transitioning into breaststroke now. Followed behind him, 3 seconds behind him, Cameron Hamill. Alexander McNiven in behind him, 3 seconds. So there's about 3 seconds between each of these 3 boys in at the turn there. But the North Ayrshire swimmer Cameron Hamill has really got himself up alongside Kenneth Trainer now. really beginning to push Kenneth. Can Kenneth respond? Shown his strength in the other two strokes. What has he got in the breaststroke? Cameron Hamill certainly showing he's got good skills in this stroke here. And he has got himself with the advantage as they come into the turn at the far end of the pool. And it's Cameron Hamill first. Oh no, Kenneth Trainer just responded there. He got himself ahead of Cameron, 3:30.33, but there's 27/100ths of a second between the pair of them at the turn there. Looks from here like Cameron is ahead of Kenneth again, but we'll see what happens at the turn as they transition into the freestyle section of the 400 IM for them this afternoon in session 4. I think we're not quite in the afternoon, first 4 minutes to 12, so we'll go with session 4 instead. But it's the North Ayrshire swimmer at the moment who looks like he's going to turn first ahead of Kenneth. Turning there first into the freestyle for 17.21, 4:18.03 for Kenneth. And it is the Warrender Bath swimmer Alexander McNiven who's going to turn in third place in behind the two leaders. So we can see Cameron beginning to pull away from Kenneth. So whether Kenneth's got anything left to do to respond to that. Kenneth is a 14-year-old from East Kilbride. Cameron's 15 from North Ayrshire. And Alexander's 14 in third place there. So as the two leaders, Cameron Hamill and Kenneth Trainer, turn and head for home there. Kenneth is trying to get himself back up on par with Cameron. Not sure he's going to be able to do that. Cameron looks fairly strong, but there's still about 20 metres to go. So we'll wait and see, but no, don't think so. Looks like this is Cameron's race this afternoon. It's too much to do for Kenneth to catch him now. And Cameron will come in first, Kenneth in second, and in behind those boys, the Warrender Bath swimmer Alexander McNiven in third. Aviv Doughton will be fourth. And there we go, Cameron Hamill's finish time there, 5:30.56 against an entry time of 5:42.90. He'll be pleased with that. 5:33.14, significant drop in his entry time for Kenneth there, and 5:41.76 for Alexander. Again, he's dropped a significant chunk of time from his entry time as the boys all come in to finish heat 2 of the 400 IM, the first event of session 4 this weekend. So we'll just wait for the results to be confirmed on the screen. Here we go. There we go. Cameron Hamill, Kenneth Trainer, Alexander McNiven, your 1, 2 and 3. And we move on to the final heat of this event.
So on to the third and final heat. 0, we have Andrew Patterson, City Glasgow. 1, Aidan McCavish, Bowness. 2, Dean Bergatti, Hamilton Bass. 3, Luke McCall from Warrender Bass Club. 4, Fraser Cowie, South Ayrshire. 5, Nicholas Sisnett, City Glasgow. And Aaron Machin, teammate in 6. MT Lane in 7. Cole Murphy, City Glasgow. And 9, Rory Vick, Warrender Bass Club. So 2 middle lanes, very prominent, Fraser Cowie, Nicholas Sisnett. Dean Bergatti also going well. Advantage just at the moment with Fraser Cowie. So on to backstroke section. 106.82 for Fraser. Not much change. The three boys pretty tightly together down this backstroke section. Nikolai maybe just gone about a body length clear. He's gone from third to first. 38.45 against 40.64 and 42.99 for Dean. They're well clear now of Aaron Machin, who's fair way back and forth, just ahead of Luke McCall and Cole Murphy. So coming to halfway mark. It may change again once we transition over to the breaststroke section. 2:25.31. Well, there's around 2.5 second advantage. Fraser Cowie got a wee bit of work to do, as has Dean Bargatti. Luke McCall and Cole Murphy have gone fourth and fifth with Aaron Machin. Currently sixth, but Aaron's breaststroke will probably push him up a little bit. McCall going pretty well in lane 3. Nikolai Sisnet still hanging on there on the breaststroke section. He's 2.5 clear after the halfway mark. It looks as though he's just about maintained that advantage. Well, he's actually increased it by about half a second. McCall though is going very well on that breaststroke section. He's about 7 seconds off the lead, but he could close that down to maybe around 3 or 4 when we get to the final section. And Machin now in 5th and Cole Murphy in 6th. Now the Wonder Boy in lane 3 is really charging forward. Going second, third rather, and might even be second as we move on to the freestyle section. Beginning to tighten up, 4 lads pretty well there. Nicholas Sisnet 4:03.08 has about a second and a half advantage, but he has a pretty fierce freestyle performer, so don't expect him to give this one up. Winner at Snags, Nikolai. Winner also at the pre-Snags meet here, so he's got an entry time of 5:17.49, which was fractionally faster than what he did at Snags. That was the pre-Snags meet here. Very tight for the minor places. At the moment it's still Fraser Cowie who just shades that one. Dean Bargatti giving it everything. But Nikolai Sisnet's not going to be caught. Dean Bargatti's got himself into second place. Luke McCall perhaps third. But Nikolai takes that. Dean Bargatti in second. And Luke McCall takes third. A good swim from Nikolai. Takes a few seconds off that entry time.
We move on to 402, 100 metre butterfly with 4 heats, and this is heat 1. Lane 0, Grace McBride, Grangemouth. 1, Neve Scott, City of Glasgow. 2, Alicia Thompson, Cumbernauld. 3, Isla Petrie, Montefiore. 4, Daisy Gildea, City of Glasgow. 5, Hannah Anderson, Hamilton. 6, Leah Rafferty, Western Bartonshire. 7, Evie Chan, North Ayrshire. 8, Lyden Howard, Cumbernauld. And 9, Katie Pake from Carnegie. As the girls go into the turn, it's the City of Glasgow swimmer, Daisy Gildea, turning first, 34.72. Leah Rafferty, Western Bartonshire in second. And Isla Petrie from Montefiore in third. So as the girls have turned and head for home, let's see what's happening now. Leah Rafferty's got herself ahead of Daisy Gildea and has the advantage over the field. Isla Petrie continues to swim well. She's trying to hunt down Daisy. I'm not sure she's going to catch Leah. I think Leah has sufficient advantage and she is going to finish first. So it will be Leah Rafferty, Daisy Gildea, Isla Petrie, and your 1, 2 and 3. Leah's finish time there, 1:16.05. Improvement on her entry time. Daisy's finish time 1:17.33 and Isla's 1:19.11. Both improvements on their entry times. And we'll move on to the second heat.
Heat 2, 0 is Sarah Sampson, Renfrew Bass. 1, Casey Dixon, Rutherglen. 2, Iona Little, Grangemouth. 3, Lula Milne from City Glasgow. 4, Alex Shepherd, Cumbernauld. 5, Chloe Henry, Hamilton Bass. 6, Ava Brackenridge, Cumbernauld. 7, Katie Gaffney, Rutherglen. In 8 we have the reserve Hannah Lindsay, and she's from Hamilton Bass. And 9 is Eva Ross, City Glasgow. 119 to 11 to 119.94. Lane 4 perhaps, Alex Shepherd, 35.15. So come on, old swimmer has almost a second advantage over Ava Brackenridge, her teammate. So the 2 yellow caps of Cumbernauld at the moment to the 4, especially in lane 4. So coming in very strongly. Still hanging on there over on the far side. Sarah Sampson flying at the end for second place. And in lane 1, Casey Dixon gets up to take third. Alex Shepherd hanging on there at the death. 1:18.41. Takes 700 silver time. Sarah Sampson 1:18.73. Casey Dixon 1:18.91. So lanes 0 and 1 in second and third place. Just wait for that to be confirmed. Fortunately, disqualification lane 2 for a technical infraction. No change in the 1, 2, 3. Jackie.
So heat 3, lane 0, Mariana Patrick, Sterling Swim. 1, Imogen Jarrett, Dundee City Aquatics. 2, Caitlin Reid, Warren de Bath. 3, Poppy Shaw, Eyemouth. 4, Anna Campbell, City of Glasgow. Her teammate Eva Gordon in lane 5. 6, Sophie Allison, Western Bartonshire. 7, Emily Dawson, Milngavie Bearsden. 8, Yvonne Macaulay, Adrian Monkland. And 9, our reserve, Zara Dunn, City of Glasgow. So at the turn, it is Poppy Shaw, the Eyemouth swimmer, turning first. 33.92. Caitlin Reid in behind her. And in third, Sophie Allison, the Western Bartonshire swimmer. Eyemouth swimmer Poppy Shaw's had a good meet this weekend. Let's see what she can do to keep that going in this event. Pretty tight for first here. Big battle between the girls here. Caitlin Reid, Poppy Shaw, Anna Campbell, Sophie Allison. Which one of them's going to touch first? It looks like I think it might be Sophie. Poppy Shaw second. Oh, very tight for third. And it was indeed Sophie Allison. 1:15.75. Poppy Shaw second. 1:16.12. And Anna Campbell just got the touch there. 1:16.16 to get herself into third place. There's a disqualification in lane 9 for a technical infraction.
On to the fourth heat. In 0 we have Erin Ferris, Cumbernauld. 1, Emma Barrowman, Standard Stingrays. 2, Beth Kelly, Wilder Bass. 3, Imogen Barrett, Ren 96. 4, Alana Wilson, Belsilk Sharks. 5, Olivia Russell, Cumbernauld. 6, Amy McDermott, Milngavie Bearsden. 7, Emma Binney, North Ayrshire. Reserve swimmer Olivia Caldwell goes in lane 8 from City Glasgow. And Natalie Sato from Warder Baths in lane 9. Well, very tight at the turn there. Emma Binney just ahead of Eva McDermott, 34.17 and 34.43. At the turn, a little between them, and coming through Olivia Russell. And in 4, Alana Wilson to challenge. It's still lane 3. Lane 7 rather, Emma Binney. 3 lanes from this side, that is. Emma Binney with the advantage. Very tight for second place. Emma Binney still has that advantage. Olivia Caldwell, I think might just be second, or is it? Lanes 1 and 2. Very tight between lane 1 and 2. 2 and 1 actually. Beth Kelly, 1:15.65, 1:15.73, Emma Barrowman. But Emma Binney, nice swim from her. 1:14.77 takes that. Now move on to boys 100 butterfly, 4 heats.
Just as the pool's being cleared there, his results for event 401, the boys 13-year-old 400 metre IM, first place Nikolai Sisnet, City of Glasgow's teammate Aaron Machen second and teammate Andrew Patterson third. So as Robert says, it's now the turn of the boys, the 100 metre butterfly, event 403. We have 4 heats. First, lane 0 is Oliver Jones, Inverclyde. 1, Oliver McElwraith, Cumbernauld. 2, Jay McKinnon, Western Bartonshire. 3, Murray Callan, Lark Hall. 4, Brodie Lydon, Kingston. 5, Jasper Broon, South Ayrshire. 6, Hamish Tucker, Warren de Bath, and his teammate Ruben Lees is in lane 7. Lane 8 is Andrew McKendrick from Warren de Baths also, and 9, Finlay Rodriguez from East Kilbride. So at the turn, it is the reserve swimmer, Andrew McKendrick, turning first then, a time of 34.18. Brodie Lydon in behind him, and Hamish Tucker behind him. So that was your 1, 2 and 3 at the turn. See what's going to happen as the boys have all turned and headed for home. Oh, I think that Andrew's still continuing to have the advantage over the field. So an excellent reserve swim for him if he can keep this going. But we need to look over, over in lane 4. Cracking last swim there. Brodie Lydon from Kingston, he's going to take first here. Lane 0, Oliver Jones also had a great swim there, got himself into second. And Andrew McKendrick, the reserve swimmer from Warren de Bath, is in third. 1:15.70 for Brodie Lydon, 1:17.02 for Oliver Jones, and Andrew McKendrick, 1:17.36.
Heat 2, 0, Callum Struzik from Belsill Sharks. 1, Andrew Patterson, City Glasgow. 2, Owen Lyle, Helensburgh. 3, Arthur Rivia from City Glasgow. 4, Ruben Pearson, Belsill Sharks. 5, Cole Murphy, City Glasgow. 6, Sona Hudson Young, Stirling Swimming. 7, Cameron McMillan, Renfrew Bass. 8, a reserve, Rudy Stevenson from Falkirk Otter. And in 9, Oliver Dixon, Wanda Bass Club. Ruben Pearson, 32.13 off very strongly. Just quickly give you the boys: 1400 IM, Kenneth Trainer, Cole Murphy, Alexander McNiven. Our 15-year-olds, Dean Bergatti, Luke McCall, and Fraser Curry. That should you up to date with results. It's lane 7, Cammy McMillan, who's coming through very strongly at the death to take this one. So Cammy McMillan, very close for second, maybe very close actually at the very end. Cammy's hanging on here, and Cole Murphy is flying at the end. Cole Murphy's got this one. You're going to surprise me. Well done, Cole. You've got that one at the death, just ahead of Cammy. And in lane 4, Ruben Pearson, 1:11.80. What a good finish, Cole, to snatch that at the death. So we're moving on to Heat 3 of Event 403, and in Lane 0, Finlay Bennett, Rutherglen. 1, Hamish Maxwell, South Ayrshire. 2, all the way from Shetland, Tyler Coots. 3, Ross McGee, Rutherglen. 4, Kyle Harper, South Ayrshire. 5, Harris Japp, Adrian Monklands. 6, Ewan Nielsen, Cumbernauld. 7, Cole Ashwood, Adrian Monklands. 8, Conor McCrory, Inverclyde. And 9, Stephens Nastiuk from Stranraer. And it's Harris Japp at the halfway mark, turning first in a time of 30.30. Ewan Nielsen in behind him, and Ross McGee in third. Ewan Nielsen's getting himself up alongside the leader there.
as we're coming into the final 20 metres of this race. It's whether or not Harris can keep him at bay and just get the touch. Over lane 0, really swimming well. Finley Bennett, he's got himself up there. What can he do in the closing metres? I think it is going to be Harris Japp. Very tight for second, but lane 0, Finley Bennett got that, and Ewan Nielsen in third. So Harris Japp finishing there in a time of 1:09.58. Finley Bennett 1:10.03, and Ewan Nielsen 1:10.16. I think that will be confirmed as your 1, 2 and 3 in just a moment. We'll just wait for the screen to clear. And that's the results confirmed there for Heat 3. We move on to Heat 4.
Final heat 0, Aidan McCavish, Bonus, empty lane 1, 2, Lex Garrett, South Ayrshire, empty lane in 3, 4 is Cole Morrison, Stirling Swimming, 5, Adam Phillips, Dundee City Aquatics, teammate Conor Brearley in 6, Effie Ugupu from South Ayrshire, 7, 8, Andrew Brackenridge, Cumbernauld, and 9, Jude Mowbray, City Glasgow. Conor Brearley, DCA, 29.90 off very strongly. Cole Morrison, Adam Phillips in 4 and 5, and those 3 I think have just pulled a little bit clear. Jude Mowbray and if we could pull still within striking distance, but the pink cap of Dundee City Aquatics at the moment to the 4, Conor Brearley, but now being challenged by Cole Morrison. Cole Morrison flying at the death. I think Cole's going to take this. Very tight for second, or very tight for first again, or for change of lead. Lane 6 and 4 from that outside lane. Jude Mowbray, Conor Brearley and Cole Morrison. 106.80, 107.23 and 108.12. Well done, Jude, taking that from that outside lane.
So this is us moving on to event 404, the girls 11 and over, 200 metre freestyle, and we have 3 heats in this event this afternoon. This is heat 1, lane 0, Jocelyn McKenzie, Milngine, Bearsden, 1, Abby Henderson, Rutherglen, 2, Katie Watson, City of Glasgow, her teammate Amelie McCusker in lane 3, Olivia Russell, Cumbernauld in lane 4, 5, Alana Wilson, Bells Hill Shark, 6, Beth Kelly, Warrender Bath, 7, Millie McDonald, Cumbernauld, 8, Erin Faulkner, Bells Hill Sharks, and 9, Emma Imrie from South Ayrshire. So at the turn there, it's Millie McDonald, the 15-year-old from Cumbernauld, Erin Faulkner in behind her, and Amelie McCusker in third, as they turn and head for the halfway mark in their 200 metre freestyle this afternoon. Looks like from the angle here of the camera, Bells Hill Shark swimmer, Erin Faulkner, who has the advantage. So swimming well, Jocelyn McKenzie over in lane 0, but I think it's going to be Erin Faulkner that will turn first here. Second will be Millie McDonald. There's Erin turning 1:11.71, Millie McDonald 1:12.30, and it's over in lane 3, Amelie McCusker. We have to look to for third place at the halfway mark. with Olivia Russell in 4th and Jocelyn McKenzie in 5th. So just at the halfway mark there, girls have still got another 100 metres to go. And Erin Faulkner looks pretty strong there. She's beginning to move away from Millie McDonald. I'm not sure anybody else is catching up just at the moment, but they're going to turn and all head for home now. So Erin Faulkner, 1:50.57. Millie McDonald 2nd. Amelie McCusker 3rd. So no change in the top 3 positions as the girls have all turned and head for home. But let's see what happens now. Olivia Russell is getting herself up alongside Millie McDonald. Certainly Erin Faulkner, I think, still has the advantage. Amelie McCusker in 2nd. It's whether Amelie can put anything out to, and I think she's got herself the advantage now. Amelie McCusker, but what can Erin Faulkner do in the closing stages? All down to the touch. Erin Faulkner got that. 2:28.88. Amelie McCusker, 2:29.19, and Millie McDonald, 2:29.28 in 3rd place. As Emma comes in to complete her 200-metre freestyle this afternoon. That completes Heat 1, subject to the official confirmation, which will appear on screen just in a moment. Hopefully, she says. Just waiting for official confirmation. Just a slight delay there while we confirm the results for the first heat. I said we're moving on to Heat 2. And then after with the 3rd heat of this event, the 4:05, it will be the boys' turn for 200-metre freestyle. And again, there are 3 heats of that event. So as you can hear, swimmers on poolside, just a little encouragement for those who are about to start in Heat 2. There we go, they get the official results for Heat 1. Erin Faulkner, Amelie McCusker, Millie McDonald, 1, 2 and 3. We'll get started now with Heat 2. So Heat 2, Lane 0, Casey Dixon, Rutherglen, 1, Emily Dawson, Milngavie, Bearsden, 2, Kira Finlayson, City of Glasgow, and her teammate Amy Roll in Lane 3. Katie Cooper, Warren de Bath swims in Lane 4. 5, Charlotte Craig, Ren 96. 6, Libby Cool, St Thomas. 7, Sophie Steele, South Ayrshire. 8, Amy Dobson, Kingston. And 9, Juliet Kidd, Dundee City Aquatics. It's Lane 7, Sophie Steele, the South Ayrshire swimmer. I've seen her at the front of the field earlier on this afternoon. So Sophie's having a good meet this weekend. Turning there in a time of 32.30. Charlotte Craig in behind her, 33.67, and Lauren Dunlop, 33.87. Charlotte Craig is the youngest swimmer in this field. She's only 12 years of age this year, from Ren 96. She's also appeared in the leaders a number of times over the weekend. Sophie Steele turns there at the halfway mark, 1:09.01. It's a 2.5 second advantage over 2nd place, Amy Rowell, and 3rd, Katie Cooper at the halfway mark. Amy Dobson in 4th, Kira Finlayson 5th. Still got a considerable distance to go. Well, 175 metres, I beg your pardon. And Sophie looks really strong out there in the front of the field. Sophie's entry time for this event, 2:26.30. That's hers to lose. 1:45.78 there after 150 metres. So she'll know she's heading for home now and won't be keeping the others at bay. Further over on the other side of the pool, lane 3, Amy Rowell turned second, and Amy Dobson in lane 8 turned third there. No one I think is going to catch Sophie. Katie Cooper's having a not from Katie Cooper yet, having a shot, but I don't think she's going to catch Amy Rowell, who's going to come in second. Well, no, Casey Dixon over in lane 0, she gets second spot. Amy Rowell in third. So that race went to Sophie Steele. She had that the lead right at the beginning and kept it throughout the 200 metres. 2:23.42. Casey Dixon in lane 0, 2:25.59. And Amy Rowell from the City of Glasgow, 2:26.01 are your 1, 2 and 3. And heat 3, lane 0, Millie Barton, Bells Hill. 1, Abigail McAnany from Inverclyde. 2, Emily Easton, Lark Hall. 3, Lucy Hunter, Motherwell Wishall. 4, Tara Montgomery, Stirling Swim. 5, Kaylin Chan, North Ayrshire. 6, Chloe Kirk, Milngavin Bears Den. 7, Lucy McLeod, Grangemouth. I think I'm correct that it's Caitlin Reid in lane 8 from Warrender Bath, one of our reserves. And 9 is Rebecca Strachan, City of Glasgow. And after first 50 metres, it's Lucy McLeod, 31.51. Caitlin Reid, the reserve swimmer, in alongside her at 32.16 in second place. And Tara Montgomery in third, 32.22. So Caitlin Reid is swimming well here. She's got the advantage over the field from Lucy McLeod as the girls come up to the halfway mark. Need to keep an eye on Millie Barton over there in lane 0. She's also swimming well. Looks to me like she might be in the top 3 as they turn into the second half of this race this afternoon. Lucy McLeod there, turning first. Caitlin Reid second, and Tara Montgomery third. Caitlin Reid having a really good reserve swim here. She is stretching out her lead from Lucy McLeod now. So Caitlin Reid is in lane 8. Caitlin's a 14-year-old from Warrender Bath. Her entry time 2:29.40. And she turns first and heads for home in a time of 1:46.82. Kaylin Chan got herself up into second, ahead of Tara Montgomery. So it's whether the girls are going to come back at Caitlin or not. They look like they're certainly having a go. Caitlin may just be able to hold them off as we come into the closing 5 metres of this race this afternoon, but it's going to be very tight. Lane 4. Tara Montgomery had a really good go there. Kaylin Chan, but they just couldn't catch Caitlin. Caitlin touches there first, 2:24.12, 2:24.40 for Tara Montgomery, and Kaylin Chan 2:24.77. So very tight there at the finish of that race. That concludes event 404, and we'll move on to the boys now.
So first of the heats, 0. We have Murray McGregor, Roller Glen, teammate Lucas Crow in 1. 2, Stephen Newstack, Stranraer Stingrays. 3, Hugh Nielsen from Cumbernauld. 4, Rory Vick, Warner Bass Club. 5, Jack Trainer, Hamilton Bass. 6, Rory Gallagher, Warner Bass Club. 7, Ali Hattab, Dumfries. 8, Nathaniel Schiff-Abels from Falkirk Otter. And 9, Arthur Bondariva from City Glasgow. 220 through to 232. The splits in this one. It's Rory with the advantage at the first 50. Girls 100 butterfly and the 12-year-olds. Eva Gordon, Lula Milne. 13-year-olds, Daisy Goldie, Casey Dixon, Evie Chan. 14-year-olds, Emma Binney, Beth Kelly, Olivia Caldwell. 15-year-olds, Sophie Allison, Leah Rafferty and Poppy Shaw. Emma Barrowman, Natalie Sato and Hannah Anderson in the 16s and 17s, and over Ava McDermott and Grace McBride. Now, Ewan Nielsen, 106.65, has now come through at the halfway mark just to take it up. Yellow cap of Cumbernauld, and if anything, he might actually be just extending the advantage a little bit. Coming down towards the halfway mark. Rory Gallagher still in a position to challenge though. Not much between the two. Still about half a second between Ewan and Rory. So we're very much on a time, probably just inside the 220 mark. Coming with a late charge, Rory's teammate, Rory Vick, to try and get into one of the minor spots, but Ewan has just pulled that a little bit extra out. Ewan's got this, going to be very tight for second. Rory's hanging on for second, and in lane 5, the Hamilton swimmer, Jack Trainer, gets up. And I think, wait for that to be confirmed. I thought Rory was actually second, but it has on the board that he's third, that he's actually fourth. Certainly no doubt about the winner, Ewan Nielsen, 2:19.02. Jack Trainer showing his 2:12.21.28. Rory Vick 2:21.29. Rory Gallagher 2:30.21.31. That is a confirmed result. Heat 2, Andrew Backenridge, Cumbernauld. 1, Joe Carty, City of Glasgow. 2, Matthew Martin, Renfrew Bass. 3, Logan McDonald, Bellshill Sharks, his teammate Aaron Russell in 4. 5, Tyler Maurice, Stirling Swimming. 6, Michael Winship, City of Glasgow. 7, Lewis Maxwell Pauls, Warner Bass Club. 8, Harry Sharp, Airdrie Monklands. And 9, Oliver Dixon, Warner Bass Club. Lane 4 perhaps, Aaron Russell just shades Lewis by about a third of a second. So still pretty tight at the moment. Still lane 4, Aaron Russell, Logan McDonald, Matthew Martin in 3 and 2, and in 7 and 8, Lewis Maxwell Pauls and Harry Sharp. Still the order in lane 4, no change. Still with Aaron 1:04.09. But Logan and Matthew have now gone second and third. And Logan McDonald now just shades his teammate, the 2 Bellshill boys, 2 red caps of Bellshill. 1 and 2 with Matthew Martin still well there, and Lewis Maxwell Powell in 4th place, just dropping back a little bit. But the two Bellshill boys now under pressure from Matthew Martin, who's putting in a determined challenge here. Certainly Martin's gone second rather. And there's not much between the two inside the final 15 metres. Matthew Martin from Logan MacDonald. Who's going to get this one? Matthew, I think maybe just the stronger of the two. It's tight between the two of them. Matthew gets that, Logan in second and Aaron in third. 2:12.82, 2:13.10 and 2:15.15 with Lewis on the near side in fourth place, 2:15.93. Just wait for that confirmation. There we have it, Matthew, Logan and Aaron. Well done, lads. Well, on to the third heat. Finlay Cunningham, lane 0, round 96. 1, Kyle Harper, South Ayrshire. 2, Aaron Drake, Warner Bass Club. Ethan Collins goes in 3 from Bellshill Sharks. 4, Blair McKean, Bellshill Sharks. 5, Tom Jeffers, round 96. 6, Dean Bergatti, Hamilton Bass Club. 7, Alan Meachin, City Glasgow. 8, Ewan Watson, Renfrew Bass. And 9, Rory Duncan, South Ayrshire. Well, Tom Jeffers, 28.48. Going well. That's still advantage by good body length now. The two Bellshill boys, second and third, 1 minute, 0.6. That really fast start from Tom. So coming down to the final turn, Tom Jeffers has got this one well wrapped up from Ethan Collins, Blair McKean and Dean Bergatti finishing strongly. 1:33.29, so we're well inside 2:10 pace here. So Tom Jeffers gets this one. Second place is going to be Blair McKean. Third place, Dean Bergatti. 2:07.05. 2:11.56 for Blair. 2:12.12 for Dean Bergatti. Ethan Collins, 2:12.48. And no real surprise there. Disqualification lane 4 for technical infractions, so that promotes Dean. Ewan Collins actually got third, 2:12.47. A good swim from Tom, 2:07.09. So that concludes the freestyle. Butterfly for the boys, 12-year-olds, Oliver McElwraith and Rory Stevenson, 1-2. 13-year-olds, Stefan Newstarks, Andrew Patterson, Brody Lydon are the first three. And in the 14-year-olds, Finlay Bennett, Ewan Nielsen and Cole Murphy. 15-year-olds, Jude Mowbray, Ife Ugapulu and Andrew Brackenridge. 16-year-olds, Harris Sharp, Arthur Bondariva and Finlay Rodriguez. 17 over, Conor Brearley, Cole Morrison and Adam Phillips. So that's us pretty well up to date now with results as they are. We've just got the freestyle to give you when we have those. So 50 breast, Emma Bannerman, Sophie Mooney, Myla Welsh, Robin Vaz, Ava Steele, Lydon Hewitt, Stefania Holiday, Ella Bennett, Jocelyn McKenzie and Riley McIntosh. So good start in lane 4, Ava Steele, Lydon Hewitt in 5 and Robin Vaz in 3. Also trying to get in the mix, Stefania Holiday in 6. The moment still lane 4, Eva Steele with the advantage. And Eva's got this from Lydon Howitt. So lanes 4, 5, and I think lane 6 is going to hang on. Well, very close for second and third. It was lane 6, just ahead of lane 5. Eva Steele 41.14, 41.93 and 42.11. Just on a touch, Stefani gets second ahead of Lydon. So just wait for the officials at the other end just to confirm that they're happy with that. That looks good. So looks like an empty lane in, oh my goodness, a few empty lanes. Lanes 3, 4, 6 and 7 in our next heat.
Okay, yeah, have we got no reserves? That's fine. So event 406, heat 2, lane 0, Catherine McDonald, Daisy Gilday, Sophie Allison, empty lanes 3 and 4, 5, Juliet Kidd, empty lanes 6 and 7, 8, Chloe Kirk, and 9, Sophie Haining. So 50 metre breaststroke, Sophie Haining looks like she's got the advantage. The middle of the pool there, the Dundee City Aquatic swimmer Juliet Kidd also swimming well. But I think Sophie Haining has got the advantage over her. Juliet Kidd also swimming well. Daisy Gilday, just watch as they come into the finish here. Ooh, it was Daisy that got that ahead of Sophie Haining. Well done, Daisy, and Sophie Allison in third. But there's nothing being recorded at the moment for the centre of the pool. Lane 5. I'm just waiting for the scoreboard to be updated. There was a swimmer in lane 5, so we're looking for her time there and position in the final. So the officials are just sorting that out. I do think that Juliet was up there, possibly in amongst the first, second and third places, but difficult to tell from this angle, so I may have been wrong. But we'll need to look for the time there. Okay, so just a delay here while we sort out the final result for the second heat of event 406. You'll see that the girls have been asked to stand down and keep themselves warm just while we sort this out. And, looks like Robert's completely up to date with all the results that we have as well, so I can't even give you any of those at the moment. The more will be available just shortly. So the programme still, we still have 2 heats of this event, and the boys 407, it's their turn for the 50 metre splash and dash, 1500 metres for the girls 12 and over. At the moment on the start sheets there are 2 heats. I think we saw this morning that there was a little bit of resolving that, the number of heats, as swimmers didn't show and reserves were not reserves. We condensed 3 heats down into 2. So wait and see what happens with that. And then we'll finish the afternoon with the boys 14 and over 200 metre IM. So there we go. The official result for Heat 2. Juliet Kidd, Dundee City Aquatics, 40.50. Daisy Gilday, City of Glasgow, 40.89. And Sophie Haining from Bells Hill in third, 41.39. And we're ready to go with Heat 3. Just correct myself there, we're not ready to go with Heat 3. Swimmers have been asked to stand down again, just to keep warm, just while we resolve an issue, I think at the opposite end of the pool, before we can get started. So our finish time this afternoon is due to be around 2 o'clock. As we finish with the boys, 14 and over 200 IM, 3 heats of that to finish off the afternoon. Good to see we have swimmers here from all the way down from Shetland. Tyler Coots, he's in Heat 2, long distance, but lovely to see him. At our West District meet this weekend, and I think that's the officials just about ready to go now. Just getting organised, and the girls are called back up. Here we go, Heat 3. And Heat 3, lane 0 through to 9, Lily Robinson, Erin Ferris, Victoria Lewinska, Amy McGregor, Ruby McInnes, Grace Blair, Evie Chan, Chloe Semple, Casey Dixon and Kira Finlayson. Kira Finlayson in lane 9 swimming well, but it's lane 7, Chloe Semple I think who has the advantage. Coming in behind her, Evie Chan swimming well, North Ayrshire in lane 6 there. I think the first place is going to come from these two. Just as they come into the closing stages there, it's all about the touch, but it's Evie Chan that gets that ahead of Ruby McInnes and Chloe Semple in second and third respectively. 38.50 for Evie Chan, 39.25. Excuse me. for Ruby McInnes and a 39.29 for Chloe Semple. That's your results confirmed. And we move on to the final heat of this event. And I think we have So, heat 4, empty lane 0, 1 through to 9. Hannah Anderson, Leah Rafferty, Iona Lynn, Innes Scott, Erin Faulkner, Rachel McGavin, Katia Wilson, Blair Duncan, and Madeleine Hooley go in this one. Entry times from 40.22 to 40.75, so there really isn't anything in this for these girls here. It's all going to come down to what we can do today. Looks like it might be Blair Duncan who has the advantage, but coming up on alongside her, Katia Wilson. Centre of the pool, Erin Faulkner, I think also. It's possibly going to be, oh no, it's not. It's going to be Erin Faulkner, yeah. Showing on the board, Rachel McGavin second, Katia Wilson third, and the board has adjusted itself now. So I hesitated there because I could see lane 3. She finishes first, Iona Lynn, 39.06. Second is Erin Faulkner, 39.57. And third is Rachel McGavin, 40.37. Just wait for that to be confirmed before we move on to event 407. There we go. Iona Lynn, Erin Faulkner, Rachel McGavin, your 1, 2, and 3.
Yes. Benji Jeffries, Avi Doughton, Nicola Sisnett, Craig Hartley, Blair Wilson, Kieran Brown, Joshua Cumming, Andrew Patterson, Maxim Forrest, and Kyle Mackay. Hard to say, could be lane 0, Benji Jeffries, Craig Hartley also all there in 3. And it might be between those two. Joshua Cumming in 6, maybe for one of the places. Lane 3, lane 0 and 6. Kieran Brown actually in 5, got up to get 3rd. Craig Hartley in 3, 37.03, 37.56, Benji Jeffries. 3rd place, 38.41, Kieran Brown. Jacob Taylor, Luke Bryden, Hamish Maxwell, Lucas Craw, Murray Gallagher, Andrew McKendrick, Ewan Watson, Cam Forsyth, Tyler Maurice, Neil Weavers. I'll just be the far side with the advantage. Empty lane ends 8 and 9. So lane 1, Luke Bryan from West D coming through very strongly. And in lane 4, Murray Gallagher with a late surge is coming through to take this one. Murray's got this, I think. Murray takes that, very close for second. Lane 1, I think, just ahead of Lucas Craw. Luke Bryden got second. Murray Gallagher 36.26, 36.80, and 37.36. Lucas Craw. You sure? Yeah. I don't mind. Have we an empty lane in 0? No, we've got somebody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, they're all there. I thought I was missing one. Okay, thank you. Take your marks. Ryan Crabb, Conor Brearley, Owen Lyle, Stefan Nustax, Riley Griffin, Lex Garrett, Hamish Coates, Finlay Gudici, Fraser Cowie, Sam McCraw. A pretty level start, but Hamish Coates, Riley Griffin going well. Hamish Coates in lane 6, Hoykin Tevitt, Dale Swimmer. Might just be shading this one and just beginning to pull away as Hamish. Hamish has got this one. Stephens and Riley, I think, might be second and third. I know that about the winner. 5 and 4 and 3. Riley just ahead of Stephens. 35-36, 35-84. But a fantastic swim. 34-13. Hamish Coates, disqualification lane 9 for technical infraction. Final heat. No AOE operator from the Midlands here, Jordan Young in 2. We have Alan Machin, Rory Vick, 0 and 1. Keir Sampson, Tyler Coots, Ross McGee, Luke McCall, Cole Morrison, Magnus Morrison, Cameron McMillan. Well, good start. Tyler Coots in 4. Looks as though he has this one wrapped up. The swimmer all the way from Shetland is going to take this and get some nice prize money to take home as well. Well done to Tyler. Second place in lane 6 perhaps. McCall, no. Cameron McMillan in 9 gets third. And Rory Vick from Warner Bass Club is in second place at 34-78. Tyler Coots will be home with some prize money. Rory Vick 34.04, 35.04 and 35.62. Cammy McMillan. So we go from the sedate 50 breast to the even more sedate and very demanding 1500 freestyle. Okay, ladies, good luck.
Thank you. So as Robert said, we're now moving on to the 1500 metre freestyle. This is for the girls aged 12 and over. There's 2 heats of this event, 4:08, and this is heat 1, lane 0, Sky Petrie from Monifieth. 1, Sarah Aitken, Falkirk. 2, Eva Gordon, City of Glasgow. 3, Alicia Thompson, Cumbernauld. 4, Ava Ross, City of Glasgow, and her teammate Rebecca Strachan goes in lane 5. 6, Isla Petrie, Monifieth. 7, Lauren Dunlop, Dumfries. 8, Abby McMillan, City of Glasgow. And 9, Cameron Copeland from Cumbernauld. Ava Ross, 14-year-old from City of Glasgow, first at the turn there after 50 metres. Her clubmate Rebecca Strachan in second, and the Monifieth swimmer Isla Petrie in third. Ava's time 34.01, so she has a bit of an advantage over Rebecca Strachan and Isla Petrie. Both are at times of 35.63 and 35.80. But there's Ava turning there at the 100 metres, 1:13.42. Altogether faster pace, 39.41 there in that last 50 metres. Isla Petrie second and Rebecca Strachan third. Abby McMillan in fourth, Lauren Dunlop fifth after 100, Alicia Thompson sixth. As the girls settle into their pace at this early stages of the race. It is 1500 metres, it is 30 lengths, hence the use of the lap cards for them. So it's Ava Ross, continues to lead here, 1:52.36. She's got a 5-second advantage over her teammate Rebecca Strachan. And third place, Isla Petrie. Both turning there around 1:57. This looks very settled out there in front, does Ava. It's whether she's gone out too fast, whether she can keep this going. After the turn here and completion of the next 50, she'll also have 25 lengths of the same thing to do. Keep herself out in front. Lane 8, Abby McMillan now gets herself up into second and Isla Petrie in third. So you would expect to see, I think, some changes in the order of swimmers at this early stage. But I'm not sure there's going to be much change in the leader, at least not at the current time. It will be the minor places, second and third, that we'll see changes in. So Abby McMillan continues to look strong there in second place. But there's no doubt who's leading this field. It's Ava Ross. So she's turning there, 3:12.58. She now has a 7-second advantage over second place. And it's Abby McMillan, then Lauren Dunlop. Isla Petrie, Rebecca Strachan are your second, third, fourth and fifth places. Okay, so Ava's entry time here today is 20:21.40, probably a short course conversion from her last age groups meet. Turns there 3:53.10. Very comfortable, very steady there. 6-7 second advantage over Abby McMillan. Lauren Dunlop still in third, Rebecca Strachan fourth, Isla Petrie fifth. So these four girls, the order's changing for the second, third, fourth and fifth places as the race progresses. But Abby McMillan, however, correct myself there, sort of a bit of a good advantage, several body lengths for her second place after 300 metres. 1/5 of the way through the race. Ava Ross turns and heads for 400 metres for 32.63. Slightly faster there than her previous 50. Picked up the pace just a wee bit. And she's now got a 9-second advantage, 8.5-second advantage over Abby.
I haven't read any of those yet.
So I'm just going to turn away from the pool while I give you some results for event 404. So this is the girls, 12-year-olds, 200-metre freestyle. Charlotte Craig, Red 96 in first place. 13-year-old girls, Casey Dixon, Rutherglen first. Amy Rowell, City of Glasgow second. And we have joint third, Amy Dobson from Kingston and Lauren Dunlop, Dumfries. 14-year-old girls, Caitlin Reid, Warren de Bath, Lucy Hunter, Motherwell Wishaw, and Abigail McAnony from Inverclyde in third. 15-year-old girls, Kaylin Chan, North Ayrshire, Millie Barton, second from Bells Hill, and Millie McDonald, Cumbernauld in third. 16-year-old girls, Sophie Steele in first from South Ayrshire. Second place, Lucy McLeod, Grangemouth. Third, Amelie McCusker, City of Glasgow. And 17 and over girls, Tara Montgomery, Stirling Swim, Erin Faulkner, Bells Hill second, and Jocelyn McKenzie, Milnbury and Bearsden. So let's go back to the pool. And we can see that first and second places have not changed. Ava Ross still out there in front after 450 metres in a time of 5:52.78. Second place, 6:03.22. So Ava is building on her lead. She's now got an 11-second lead, 11-second lead there. Abby McMillan is 5.5 seconds ahead of Lauren Dunlop in third. So Ava Ross turns there after the first 500 metres. Abby McMillan in behind her. But Ava is extending her lead now 12 seconds. Lauren Dunlop 6:50.76. So she's losing a bit of ground against from Abby McMillan. So that's Ava Ross, Abby McMillan, Lauren Dunlop, 1, 2 and 3 after 500 metres. So just another set of results I've got here. Event 405, this is the boys 13-year-old, the boys 200 metre freestyle. 13-year-olds, first place goes to Aaron Machin, City of Glasgow. Second, Rory Vick from Warrender Bath. And third, Tyler Morris, Stirling Swim. 14-year-old boys, first place, Ethan Collins, Bells Hill Sharks. Second, Aaron Drake, Warrender Baths. Third, Aaron Russell, Bells Hill Sharks. 15-year-old boys, first place, Tom Jeffords, Ren 96. Second, Dean Bagatti, Hamilton Bath. And third, Ewan Watson, Renfrew Bath. 16-year-old boys, first place, Harris Japp, Adrian Monklands. Second, Finlay Cunningham, Ren 96. And third, Rory Gallagher, Warrender Baths. 17 and over, first place goes to Matthew Martin from Renfrew Bath. And second, Murray McGregor from Rutherglen. That finishes the results we have at the current time. Bring you more as they arrive on our desk. So Ava Ross continues to lead, and I'm going to pass you over to Robert for the next section of this race.
We'll give Jack a wee break now. Ava Ross going pretty well out on her own, having to do it the hard way. And she's been pretty consistent with splits around about the 80-second mark. She's got an entry time of just over 20 minutes. 20:21.40, which I'm pretty certain, since it finishes in a 0, is a short course conversion from just over 20 minutes that she did when she finished third at the junior age groups way back around about October of last year. But she's pacing inside 20 minutes at the moment. So it's very, very consistent throughout, just a fraction under 80 seconds. So, as I say, somewhere around about 1950 is a potential finish time. Abby McMillan in lane 4, a long way back on the leader by some 15 seconds. Third place, Lauren Dunlop from Dumfries in lane 7. And Rebecca Strachan and Isla Petrie, 4th and 5th, not that much further back. City Glasgow swimmer Rebecca Strachan, Isla Petrie from Monifief, just a little bit north of Dundee, between Dundee and Arbroath, on the Firth of Tay area. Lisa Thompson, Eva Gordon, 6th and 7th. Eva Gordon, the youngest, along with Sky Petrie in this one. Sky in 8th, about 7 seconds back on Eva Gordon. (10:31.95) at the 100 mark. So it is very steady pacing, as you can see, 40.69 for that last 50 for Eva. (39.15). So going down the way, it seems to be a little bit faster than coming up the way for Eva. It's going down towards the markers, lap cards at the bottom. Let's say the two youngest swimmers in 2 and 0. Sky Petrie in 8th, Eva Gordon 7th. Eva, the winner at the Western Long Course earlier in the year. Eva Ross is very much like clockwork. He's pacing fractionally under 80 seconds. Those last were 79.67. Exactly splits, identical splits, those last two. Abby McMillan going well in second place in lane 8. Becca Strachan, Isla Petrie still 4th and 5th. 3rd place Lauren Dunlop. So we're coming up to 2/3 of the way through the race. And it's been a good swim so far with 500 to go. Turning in 13:11.13, another 79.5 seconds. So pacing it just a little bit inside 1950. If she can pick it up, Jackie, she might get close to the mid or low 1940s.
Okay, so as Robert says, she needs to keep that pace going in a little bit more to get herself up to the 1940s. As that's for our leader, Ava Ross. Abby McMillan looking fairly comfortable in second there. Lauren Dunlop in third. Rebecca Strachan is just 3 seconds off of Lauren's time at the moment. There's still time to pick that up and see if she can make some inroads into the distance between them to get herself into the minor placings. Pretty clear that nobody's going to catch Ava Ross. That's really her race to lose. A little bit slower in that last 50, but she's turning first, 14:30.81. As Abby McMillan turns there after 1100 metres. Nearly 20 seconds between the two, our first and second places there.
Okay, see something tonight. Enjoy your day.
There we go, third place Lauren Dunlop. Still 3 seconds between her and our fourth place swimmer, and just about a second between fourth and fifth. So these placings could change as the race proceeds. The girls have got 400 metres to go. They'll become aware of that when they get down to the far end of the pool, I beg your pardon. But Ava Ross, lane 4, almost their whole length ahead of the rest of the field. 1200 metres completed, 300 to go, 15:15.46. Fairly steady pace for her. What's it looking like for a finish time, Robert, for our leader?
Still in the sort of mid-1940s.
Right, so keeps this pace going. It's still going to be around 1940 or so. Yeah. Yeah. Just seen. Okay, we've just seen one of Ava's slowest splits there, so maybe slowing a little bit to, and the time will fall back a little bit to around 1950. There is time. See what she's got left in the tank. She's got an entry time here of 20:21:40. So anything under that is an improvement for her, but she's swimming a very good race here. Really set out knowing what she was doing. And as I said, it's nearly a length ahead of the second and third places here as Ava comes in to turn at 1,300 metres. She has 4 lengths left to go. 17:21:51. Still looking a little bit like the 1950, I think, Robert, rather than the 1940. But
we're slipped into the 1950s range. She's slowed down.
Yeah, her pace is beginning to slow in the latter parts of this race. But down to the last pace there, 81 seconds for the 100. A little bit slower, but who knows, once she hears the bell with 2 lengths to go, maybe pick up the pace and see what she can do. Abby McMillan, 17:30 there. Lauren beg your pardon. Yeah, Abby McMillan still in second place. Lauren Dunlop in third. There we go, Abby McMillan's her time for 1350 metres, 18:10:98. Ava Ross did pick up the pace there. Split there, 39:75. Maybe she heard us talking, and she's going to hear the bell now. So let's see what she can do in the final 100 metres to bring her time in under the 1950 that we were predicting a short moment ago. Split at the 1,400 metres, 18:32. What can she do? Looks like she's picking up the pace. She might just get under the 1950. Under the 1950, Robert's telling me now, is what she's looking at. As we watch her come down to the final turn of her 1,500 metres this afternoon. And she turns and heads for home, 19:10:60. Come on, Ava, let's get those legs kicking, arms moving, see what we can do to get to the 1950. Just need to keep it going. It's Lauren Dunlop, here's the bell. Isla Petrie. Abby McMillan's already heard hers. She's on the turn and heading for home now. As Ava Ross comes into the closing stages of her race this afternoon. She's going to get under the 1950. And indeed she is. There we go. 19:48:18 for Ava Ross. Really good swim there. Hers right from the start. More bells being heard for the girls over on the other side of the pool. As in comes Abby McMillan to finish in second place in a time of 20:07:98. She'll be pleased with that. That's under her entry time. Lauren Dunlop, I think, will come in third in just a few moments. She has Isla Petrie behind her, but I don't think Isla's going to catch her now. And third place will belong to Lauren Dunlop from Dumfries. Have I got that right? Yes, I have. The 13-year-old from Dumfries. There we go, into the closing strokes there, and finishes in time of 20:45:30. Again, an improvement on her entry time. Fourth place goes to Isla Petrie. Fifth, Rebecca Strachan. More bells being heard there. Eva Gordon comes in seventh, 21:17. As we have 3 swimmers still in the pool. In comes Skye Petrie, a 12-year-old from Monifieth. visiting our district this weekend. And she finishes there in a time of 21:43.69. She'll be pleased with that. Her entry time was 22:12.97. So let's hear some encouragement for the two swimmers still in the pool. Sarah Aitken in lane 1 and Cameron Copland in lane 9. So Cameron's going to come in first as she comes into the last 10 metres or so of her 1500 metres this afternoon. Looking to improve on her entry time, and she finishes there in a time of 22:26.05. So Sarah Aitken into the closing stages of her race. Sounds to me from her colleagues that I've pronounced her Christian name wrong, and it's Sarah, not Sarah. So apologies to her as Sarah finishes there 22:45.13. Well done, girls.
So our second heat, we have a couple of reserves in this one. In 0, we have Iris Ware from Rutherglen 1, Amy Earl from City Glasgow. In 2, Caitlin Morton, also City Glasgow. In lane 3, reserve from Kingston is Beth Arnott. 4, Alice Perry, Wander Bass Club. 5, Olivia Caldwell, City Glasgow. In 6, also reserve Niamh Lauder from Cumbernauld. 7, Megan McDonald, Stirling Swimming. 8, Abigail Crawford, City Glasgow. 9, Lucy Hunter, Motherwell and Wishaw. So Alice Perry from the Wander Bass Club. Everyone else represented here from the West District, but we have swimmer from Edinburgh, from Wander, at the head of affairs. She has the fastest entry time of 19:00:10, so I'm sure she'll be keen to get as far inside that as she can. 15-year-old this year, 109.15. Turning in second, Olivia Caldwell, City Glasgow swimmer. Abigail Crawford in 8 and Lucy Hunter in 9. Close by, over on the far side, Caitlin Morton, Amy Rowell, Iris Ware. Pretty well bunched together. 2 reserves are in 6 and 3. They're a bit further back. Their entry times are very much slower than the vast majority of these girls. A strong start by both the girls in our lane. Abigail Crawford about a body length clear in third from Lucy Hunter, Megan McDonald on this side. So coming down to the 200 metre mark. Get a rough idea of pace here. 2:26.53. So pace there around about 77.5, and she has roughly 2-second advantage over Olivia Caldwell. Alice 15 this year, Olivia 14. So I'll give you some results. Girls 50 breaststroke, 12-year-olds Sophie Haining and Madeline Houle. 13-year-olds Evie Chan, Iona Lynn, Ruby McInnes. 14-year-olds Chloe Semple, Juliet Kidd, Katia Wilson. 15-year-olds Rachel McGavin, Leah McCafferty, Blair Duncan. 16s, Hannah Anderson, Leidenhout and Robin Vaz. Erin Faulkner, Amy McGregor and Stefanie Holiday in the 17 and over category. So Olivia Caldwell has closed down at advantage. Not so much between them now. 3:44.04, half a second in it. So pace seems to have settled down into sort of 77.5-ish. Olivia Caldwell's entry time 9:15.25. That comes from Scottish National Age Groups just a few weeks ago, where she finished third in that event. Alice Perry was not in the 1500 event. She actually was the bronze medalist in the 800 at Snags, the Wonder Swimmer. That's where most of her places came at age groups, all in the freestyle events. She just has that minor advantage as we turn at 400. 5:01.38, and hardly anything between the two. Pacing very much in the 77-second bracket. Olivia upside her now. Lucy Hunter, Abigail Crawford almost together on the near side here. Oh, on the far side, Amy Rowell just shades Caitlin Morton. Not much between those two. Amy Rowell 5th at Snags, and Caitlin Morton was the bronze medalist at Snags in the 13-year-old age group category. That's 11-13s. Caitlin's time of 20:02.72 was what she did at Scottish age group, so keep an eye on that one over there. They're contesting 5th and 6th, or 4th and 5th. In fact, they are contesting 5th and 6th, because it's not Alice Perry in 10th place. She's actually just being headed at the moment at the 500 mark. 6:18.25, but still very little between the swimmers. First a 77 split.
So what are we looking at for finish time then, Robert? As you drink your coffee. Finish time?
Yeah, finish time just over 19 minutes.
Right, just over 19 minutes.
Or something like that. There's no name on it, it's just it's on.
So Olivia Caldwell continues to lead the field here, 6:56.41. So just the attention of coaches, please. The coach's notebook was found in out in the cafe spectator area. We're thinking it might belong to David Haig, if he's still in the venue, from Dundee City Aquatics. If he can come up to the announcer's desk, please, or somebody from that team. Thank you. It's a brown notebook. It's got a kind of aquamarine spine, but I think it does probably belong to David. If there is somebody, David is still in the building. There he is, coming along poolside. Doesn't look like he'd even realised he'd left it there, but anyway, so we'll move back to the pool. 650 metres completed. Olivia Caldwell, 8:13.65. "14-year-old from City of Glasgow, showing what she can do at this distance, as we've just seen her teammate Ava Ross do in the previous heat. And there she goes. She's going to come into turn there. First place, 8:53.01, but just close in behind her, Alice Perry, 8:53.99. So not a lot in between these two, the City of Glasgow swimmer and the visitor from Warren de Baths. So all the action in the centre of the pool at the moment, just around the halfway mark. Or at least it will be once these two come up to the turn. Yeah, so the pacing has slipped just a fraction from these two girls, but we're around the 19:10 as an anticipated finish for them. If they can get that, they'll be certainly one of them will be very pleased. It will be coming underneath her entry time. So Olivia Caldwell leading. Yeah, so the scoreboard's not quite caught itself up at the moment, as you will perhaps have noticed, and Alice Perry is not in 8th position. So there we go, we've corrected ourselves there. So both girls have now completed 800 metres. Olivia Caldwell just about 2 seconds ahead of Alice Perry at this stage. Lucy Hunter, I think, is in 3rd place at the moment. Caitlin Morton in 4th. There we go, Lucy Hunter. 800 metres completed, 10:42.22. Lucy's swimming in lane 9, nearest to us. As we look up to the other side, other end of the pool, as Olivia Caldwell and Alice Perry continue to lead the girls this afternoon in this heat. Olivia has got the advantage. She is the younger of the two girls. Olivia's 14 and Alicia is 15. So we come up to 900 metres. 11:27.26. Struggling to update the times for Alice, but she definitely is in 2nd place. Maybe just not touching the pads just as hard as she perhaps should do to get those times recorded. We will get the board updated as quickly as possible. But we can see from the what's happening in the pool that it is Olivia Caldwell ahead of Alice Perry by a good body length and a half, and they both have 11 lengths to do once they turn at the far end there. 3rd place, Lucy Hunter. The board is keeping up at all, really. Lucy Hunter has done 900 metres in 12:02, but the board is showing Amy Rowell as 900 metres at 12:05, so we'll wait for the board to catch up. But it is Olivia Caldwell who leads ahead of Alice Perry, as they're going to come up to the turn and have completed 2/3 of their 1500 metre this afternoon. Olivia picking up the pace now. Split there around 74, oh no. Last 50 metres are making 39.28, so she slowed a little bit there. Elizabeth. So Olivia, back to the pool. Beg your pardon for that wee break there. So Olivia Caldwell, 13:22.85, 13:25.79 for Alice Perry. So the gap is opening up between these two girls. And we can see that Alice Perry has just not got the pace that Olivia Caldwell has. So as the girls come up to turn at 1100 metres, I'm going to pass you to Robert to tell us about the final 400 metres for these girls. He's just entering the times there to see what the anticipated finish time is. Over to you, Robert.
Thank you, Jackie. Somewhere a little bit over 19 minutes. We were pacing round about the 19:10. However, that's been the fastest 50 that we've had for a wee while. Just under 77. So it might be that Olivia is just beginning to pick things up a little bit more. Just beginning to pull away from Alice Perry. Both girls swimming pretty well. And there we have a 38.66. We'll double that, and looking again sub 78 seconds. So I don't see her getting close to 19 minutes. I think 19:05 to 19:07 is a potential finish, unless Alice Perry can find something special down the final stretch to put in a challenge with 300 to go. Lucy Hunter's had a very solid swim. Amy Rowell going well over that far side. There's not much between the two in third and fourth. 15:20.51. Oh, just slipped there a 78.65 that last 100. So I suspect that just beginning to feel the pain in this final section is Olivia. Alice Perry still got a lot to do to try and close with 250. The gap some 3 seconds. And you kind of think that Olivia's that previous 100 just slipped that little bit, so maybe a little bit over 19:10, 19:12 might be an achievable time for her. 19:15 is her entry time. I think she's going to come maybe a second or two inside that. Got an idea with 200 to go, looking for something around about 16:38. Very much on the money, 16:38.25. So 77 3/4. If you can find a little bit more, we can get potentially close to 9:10, and she's certainly picking it up. Alice Perry can't really respond. She is trying though. Third place still Lucy Hunter by around 2 and a bit seconds. Amy Rowell in lane 1, Lucy Hunter in lane 9. That's the contest for third place, with Abigail Crawford some way back in fifth. So 150 to go. The leader has got almost 3 seconds advantage. Both almost did 39 seconds splits on that one. I think we're looking at something close to 9:10 as a finish. Alice Perry was roughly 3 seconds back. Still looks a good 3 seconds from where I am. Looking for something around 17:55, 17:56 at a split. 17:55.82. Well, she's got to find something really special. 74 or better to get inside that mark. So we're looking for a split down here of something like maybe 37.5 or thereabouts. Alice Perry in second. Looks like Lucy Hunter has just about nailed third place. There's 2 seconds of a gap between her and Amy Rowell. Out the final turn, Olivia 33.87 has 3 seconds advantage. We'll see what the gap is between third and fourth. 41.52, 44.40. Well, it's almost 3 seconds now. Lucy Hunter looks good for third. Let's keep your eye on the clock. Olivia Caldwell and Alice Perry have been at it literally throughout. A little bit over the 9:10, I think. But a good swim just inside her entry time. Alice finishing extremely strongly. It was 19:10.46, 19:12.23 for Alice. Well done, ladies. Lots of bell ringing going as most of the swimmers are on the last 100. We still have Niamh and Beth with a fair bit still to cover. 2 reserve swimmers. Now Lucy Hunter has had a fantastic swim as well from that outside lane, the 14-year-old from Motherwell and Wishaw. Entry time of 20:21.10. And great to see her inside 19:56.84. Amy Rowell. We'll have to wait for another day to get under that 20-minute mark, 20:02.27, but nevertheless, a very solid swim from her. As I said, 5th at Scottish Nationals. That time would have got her a bronze medal had she swam that. And she should be pleased with taking best part of 12 seconds off that time. Abigail Crawford, 20:35.19 in 5th place. Caitlin Morton, 20:41.13 finishing in 6th. Bronze medalist at Snags. 7th Iris Ware. That's about 20 seconds over her entry time. Megan McDonald in 8th, 20:45. So just our 2 reserves to complete the race. We have Niamh in lane 6, Niamh Lauder. 20:50 with 100 still to cover. And at that pace, we're looking somewhere around the 20:20 mark. Niamh's 22:20. Niamh's entry time is 22:42. So that will be a nice wee improvement for her. Beth Arnott coming down and she'll hear the bell. So from Kingston. So Niamh Lauder comes in and improves by best part of 30 seconds, 22:15.70 on an entry time of 22:42 exactly. Well done, Niamh. Beth Arnott 22:12, so I expect the finish time somewhere close to 23:40. Beth entry time of 24:59.51, so potentially an improvement of around a minute and 20 seconds. So a nice strong finish will give her something close to that 23:40. Another swimmer that's probably not had the opportunity to swim this long course. So 5 more metres to go. Beth Armit. And a nice improvement.
And this is the last event of the afternoon, indeed the weekend. Event 409, the boys 14 and over, 200 metre IM. So the scoreboard has now been updated with the reserves. So lane 0, Kia Copeland from South Ayrshire. 1, Callum Struzik, Bells Hill Sharks. 2, Ali Hattab, Dumfries. 3, Kia Campbell, Grangemouth. 4, Alexander McNiven, Warrender Bath. 5, Owen Lyle, Helensburgh. 6, Aaron Russell, Bells Hill. 7, Arta Bondariva from City of Glasgow. 8, Jack Trainer, Hamilton Baths. And 9, Daniel Lawless from Bowness. And after the first 50 metres, it's Kia Campbell, Grangemouth, 32.12. Arta Bondariva in second, and Jack Trainer in third, as the boys moved on to the backstroke now. And it is still Kia Campbell in lane 3, looking very strong. Coming up beside him, Alexander McNiven and Owen Lyle. I think that's going to be your 1, 2, 3 going into the turn and into the breaststroke. There we go, Alexander McNiven, Kia Campbell, Owen Lyle. So Alexander's got himself ahead. Warrender Bath swimmer just going into the turn there, but it's pretty tight between these 3 boys. Looks to me at the moment like it might be Owen Lyle who's just got the advantage. Kia Campbell coming up alongside him. Alexander McNiven in the middle there. That's your 1, 2 and 3. But it's what the other boys can do with the breaststroke. So in behind those 3, Aaron Russell, Arta Bondariva, Jack Trainer and Daniel Lawless. Although that space is beginning to show between those 4 as well now. But up in the final turn and into the freestyle, it's Owen Lyle, followed by Alexander McNiven, followed by Kia Campbell. Aaron Russell is in 4th place. He's about 3 seconds behind the first 3. So this is going to be a battle, I think, as whether they can come back on Owen Lyle. Alexander's certainly having a go there in lane 4. Oh, this is going to be very tight in at the finish. I think your 3rd place is going to go to Kia Campbell, but he'll need to watch what Aaron Russell is doing. So right into the wall here. Who's going to get the touch? Oh, lane 5, I think there. Owen Lyle in 2:39.96. Alexander McNiven just touched out 2:40.04 for 2nd place, and it was Kia Campbell 2:42.63. Aaron Russell just couldn't catch Care there in the closing stages of that race. So that completes Heat 1, as the results are now confirmed.
Heat 2-0, Riley Griffin, Adrian Monklands. 1, Ruben Pearson, Bells Hill Sharks. 2, Effie Ugupulu, South Ayrshire. 3, Lewis Maxwell Pearls, Warner Bass Club. 4, Hugh Nielsen, Cumbernauld. 5, Hamish Maxwell, South Ayrshire. 6, Cameron Hamill, North Ayrshire. 7, Callum Forsyth, South Ayrshire. 8, Finlay Gudici, Renfrew Bass, and 9, Tyler Coots from Shetland. Strong start in lane 3. Ewan Nielsen also up there in lane 1. It's Ruben Pierce, lane 2 rather, if he put Lulu. At the moment it's Lewis Maxwell Prowse on the backstroke section. Ewan Nielsen in contention in lane 4. Just trying to pull away Ruben Pearson in 1. And Effie Rupu in 2. Still well there. Not much between Lewis and Ewan. Lewis just with the touch. 1:11.09, 1:11.40. So can things change on the breaststroke section? Good turn in lane 6 from Cameron Hamill. On the far side, Ruben Pearson coming through. Try and get near our leaders. There's not much between Lewis and Ewan. Warder Swimmer maybe just has the marginal advantage, but it's pretty close coming to the final turn. And Ewan, I think, virtually upsides now, if anything. It's the Cumbernauld swimmer just with the slight edge. Out the turn, nothing between them. 0.4. So Lewis and Ewan. It's Ewan just shading Lewis at the moment. Third place looks to be Cameron Hamill. Lewis is really determined, fighting back. There's not much between them inside the final 10. Lewis is just ahead of Ewan. Lewis takes that. Ewan in second. Going to be close. It's going to be lane 6. Callum Hamill just ahead of lane 1. Ruben Pearson. 2:32.95 for Lewis. 2:33.37 Ewan. And 2:37.54 from Cameron.
So this is the final heat of our racing this afternoon. Michael Winship, City of Glasgow, goes in lane 0. Empty lane 1. 2, Rory Duncan, South Ayrshire. 3, Adam Phillips, Dundee City Aquatics. 4, Blair McKean, Bells Hills. 5, Finlay Cunningham, Ren 96. His teammate Magnus Morris goes in lane 6. Keir Sampson from Scotia swims in lane 7. 8, Ewan Watson, Renfrew Bath, and we have an empty lane 9. So it's Magnus Morris, the 16-year-old from Ren 96, leading at the first turn. In behind him, Ewan Watson, and then Adam Phillips. So lane 6, 8, and 3 at that first turn had the advantage over the rest of the field. Let's see what happens. It looks like it's Adam Phillips who has the advantage as we're coming up to the halfway mark here. Adam Phillips, the 19-year-old from Dundee City Aquatics, turning first there, 1:09.90. Magnus Morris in second and Blair McKean in third. But really not much between them as they come out of the turn there and go into the breaststroke. Lane 5, Finlay Cunningham swimming well. Keir Sampson's up there, he's in 4th. Finlay's in 5th at the turn there. Rory Duncan in 6th. The scoreboard's not showing me the times for Ewan Watson. I think he's probably in 6th at the turn there, but we'll wait for that to be confirmed. So the boys come up to the final turn. And it's Adam Phillips, Magnus Morris, Finlay Cunningham, 1, 2 and 3. Just in behind them, Blair McKean. Not too far away, Keir Sampson. Oh, this is going to be really tight as we come into the last 25 metres here. I think it is lane 4, Blair McKean, that just has the advantage. So whether he can keep that, he'll need to watch what's happening in lane 6, Magnus Morris. He's certainly having a go at the leader there, but it's going to be Blair McKean finishing first, Magnus Morris second, and in between them, Finlay Cunningham in third. Finishing times for the boys, 2:29.27 for Blair, 2:29.70 for Magnus, and 2:30.81 for Finlay. Obviously subject to the board confirming. I think the result has been confirmed. Just wait for the screen to clear for us. And there we go. That's the results confirmed of the final swim of this weekend at Tollcross International Swimming Pool. So on behalf of West District, just like to say thank you very much to everybody joining us. Those of you on live stream, thank you very much for joining and watching. Thank you. Goodbye from myself, Jackie Smith, and Robert Taylor. To everybody in the venue, thank you very much for attending. We really appreciate the support of all our volunteers over the weekend, both yesterday and today. Those of you who you see on poolside in whites, the marshals, handing medals. We need volunteers at all stages of running any meet. So please bear that in mind. If you could give us a few hours the next time we're here. I think it's back next in September, isn't it, Robert? Yeah, second weekend in September. So as I said, a massive thanks to all our volunteers, both front of house and behind the scenes, without whom we couldn't have run this meet this weekend. Safe journey home to everybody. Thank you very much to our district clubs joining us, but also those from outside of the district. It's been a great weekend of racing here. I have some further results. Event 407, the boys 13-year-old 50-metre breaststroke. First place, Rory Vick, Warren de Bath. Second, Steppens Nastiuk, Stranraer. Ryan Crabby from Ren 96 in third. 14-year-old boys, Tyler Coots from Shetland in first. Riley Griffin, Adrian Monkland second. Cameron McMillan, Renfrew Bath in third. 15-year-old boys, Luke McCall, Warren de Bath. Owen Lyle, Helensburgh, and Luke Byron, Western Bartonshire, are your 1, 2 and 3. 16-year-olds, Keir Sampson, Scotia first. Benji Jeffries, South Ayrshire second, and Magnus Morris, Ren 96 in third. 17 and over boys, first place goes to Hamish Coates from Howick and Tweedale. Second, Cole Morrison, Stirling Swim, and third, Ross McGee from Rutherglen. Event 408, the girls 1500 metre freestyle. 12-year-olds, first place goes to Eva Gordon from City of Glasgow and Sky Petrie from Monifeith in second. 13-year-old girls, Amy Rowell, City of Glasgow first, Caitlin Morton second, and also from City of Glasgow, and Lauren Dunlop from Dumfries in third. 14-year-old girls, Olivia Caldwell, City of Glasgow, Ava in first, Ava Ross, City of Glasgow second, and Lucy Hunter, Motherwell Wishall in third. 15-year-old girls, first place goes to Alice Perry from Warren de Bath, second Rebecca Strachan, City of Glasgow, and third Niamh Lauder from Cumbernauld. 16-year-old girls, first place goes to Megan McDonald from Stirling Swim. That completes the results that I have. I'll bring you the last sets of results as soon as they've been checked and they're received by us. Swimmers, please collect your medals and prize money before you leave the pool this afternoon. Thank you very much. That does assist.